My name is Oksana Syroyid and I am an MP from Samopomich party and I'm on the position of the Vice Speaker of Ukrainian Parliament. Civil society has gained a lot from Euromaidan and in particular in sense of the volunteer movement and understanding civil society not as the organization, not as an institution, but really like a feeling and like a movement, that civil society is not a framework, it just exists like a feeling, like a spirit. And I think that right after Euromaidan and during Euromaidan and right after Euromaidan, we were able to raise this civil society. I think that it's normal that after such a raise of spirit, yes, and such high involvement of society in social activities, it's natural that then some decrease would happen. And it was my fear, actually, that eventually we may face the frustration from the society and from those very active people. However, I have to say that thankfully we don't have such a big decrease. It's maybe a little bit of frustration, but it's still now on the level that is sufficient to interfere, to influence, and a lot of people still are very, very much enthusiastic, both in the interfering into the political agenda and in helping other people, so which is both civil society movement. For me, as a politician and new politician, I had a hope, even having quite a big experience of being involved in political life. I still had a hope that it could be done more smooth and quickly, so the reforms would be implemented, because it sounded so easy. You just have to come and do. That's very easy. It's obvious. But what we faced, the new generation of politicians, we faced first of all the old culture, and old culture was based on the lack of communication, transparency, and good faith. On the other hand, of course, there is an enormous corruption, especially connected and built by the oligarchy system. And that's why it's so difficult to move on. So every single, for example, law that is in course with the reform, it's a real battle. For example, like energy reform legislation, we passed 3 pieces of legislation to reform the energy sector and to do so-called oligarchization, yes, of the energy business, and it was a real battle to get those laws passed. So we are moving, but this is not only the will for reform of those who are newcomers, but this is also the huge resistance from the old system that is still in place. The oligarchs, they can expect, I think that the best they can expect, this is to become part of the business, even big, but businesses, not
integrate them into legal business?
Just becoming part of the normal business like normal businessmen are doing in Ukrainian society. Because what the oligarchy means? It means that those people have their political pools in all sphere of politics that allows them to get privileged access to state budget and to gain their finances to invest those finances into political movement and then gain those political influence. So it's like a self-restoring system. In principle, what should be done is that those big businesses should be taken out from the access to the state budget, and if they are lucky and have no, could accept the rules, they could be moved and try to do the businesses like normal people do, without any privileges. If they are able to do so, I believe that this could be a solution.
What are the most challenging tasks that you have to do?
Oh, there are a lot of them. I believe that the MPs from the democratic states with the sustainable democracy would be surprised that what kind of challenges we face. In some cases, this is enormously difficult agenda. In some cases, this is those lobbying pressure that comes from in particular from what we were talking about from the oligarchs, when you have to resist and find enough votes and support against such decisions. But of course, the feeling of responsibility, you have to, like, every single day, you have to verify that what you are doing, to what extent it corresponds to the initial objective of your coming here. Because the political life is very, very intense and sometimes quite controversial, so it's not an easy task. I'm not in the position, I could not dare to call for something. Now I feel, especially being here, that we lack this direct communication. Because what I need this ongoing communication with the community to understand how they perceive us, the native land, and how they think we should communicate to them. This is what I would love to see and to get, and I hope that after this visit we will be able to establish this communication.